you doing, QuadCon Cedar Rapids? Woo! Well, thanks for coming out, and thanks for helping me welcome our special guest, UFC heavyweight champion Tim Sylvia. So please help me give him a warm welcome. So I got just a couple warm-up questions here, then we'll turn it over to the audience, see how things go. Can you tell us your origin story? What drew you to UFC?
What drew me to UFC? That's a tough question. Grew up being bullied all the time. Wasn't a big guy. Wrestled in high school. Got out of high school. I started growing. I think before I became a senior, I grew to like 6'2". Then through the school year, I was 6'6". I left high school, and all of a sudden I'm 6'8". So what do we do? What does a wrestler do at 6'8"? I tried basketball. Played actually pro basketball for a couple years, and I found myself fighting a lot. So I'm like, okay, let's see if I can try football. So I walked on to a football tryout, and I picked up St. Paul football for 3 years, and I was still fighting. So I'm like, there's gotta be something else. So I've heard about MMA and started training some of it. Just with my first MMA fight, knocked a guy out in 14 seconds, and I'm like, well, the cops are not coming to get me. This is a good time. I didn't get in trouble or anything. So yeah, it just kind of snowballed from there, really.
So you mentioned a variety of different sports there that involve, different types of physical ability. What do you think makes UFC unique and popular over some of those other sports?
I mean, obviously, when the UFC first started, that's what got me hooked, and all my friends. They're like, there's this little guy that's under 200 pounds beating up these 300-pound men. And that was when everybody in America learned about the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The Brazilians actually started the UFC. And they wanted to showcase their martial arts, and it was the best of the best. I mean, if for someone who doesn't know anything, and you get a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy that's 200 pounds that can choke out 300-pound men, it's unbelievable. And Royce Gracie was just an amazing competitor and an athlete. And that got us all trying to find out how we can train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was a striker, a wrestler, a boxer. And now you can see, when I was competing in the 2000s, early 2000s to about 2015, I think, I fought for 16 years. Everybody that was watching me during the time had kids that were 2, 3, 4 years old. So they were putting these kids into wrestling and jiu-jitsu and boxing and striking. And that's what you're seeing now. Now in 2025, you're seeing these MMA guys that were bred to be MMA guys. These 25-year-olds have been doing this for 20 years. I was just a tough guy, big, lucky I wrestled in high school and did karate when I started when I was 12. So that's what helped me be successful to where I was. But now, I mean, you're just seeing hybrids. It's just amazing.
So I guess if you were getting started now, what advice would you give to people who are interested?
First and foremost, the most important sport in MMA is wrestling. It's the best background. It's the hottest sport on earth. Wrestling in general. The mental fortitude you need to be a wrestler. For cutting weight, that alone, cutting weight is the toughest thing in the world. If you can do that, if you can be a wrestler, you can do anything. So, wrestling is the best base. If you're a striker, you keep the fight standing up. If you're a jiu-jitsu guy, you keep the fight on the ground.
Okay. What are some particular, maybe favorite moments in your career that you keep coming back to?
Favorite moments? I think the fight that meant the most to me, obviously my first UFC debut was a great showing against Cabbage. And then I felt like I didn't really get a chance to enjoy being in the UFC. That was a goal of mine when I started fighting, is I want to get in the UFC someday. So I got into the UFC. And then I just kind of wanted to compete in the UFC for a little bit, and then obviously earn a title shot. Well, my title shot came my second fight in the UFC. Mainly because I was handpicked as an opponent to get beat up, and I was fortunate enough to walk away and knock out the champion. Now I was another heavyweight champion in the world. And I had some setbacks, I had some broken arms and heel hooks and stuff like that. I had a couple losses and had to come back from it. And then when I came back, I earned my title shot, I felt like. So I got to fight Andre Arlovsky, the guy that was unbeatable, the guy that was a monster, he was a killer. I go in there and I knock him out in the first round. Him and I had met previously for the interim title. He dropped me and got me in a heel hook, and I tapped, and then the second fight, he dropped me the same exact way, overhand right, and I'm just like, this is not going to happen again. Jumped up, he rushed in for an overhand. I hit him with the uppercut first, and he fell down. So that was probably one of the most memorable moments, really the one that meant the most. You know, I won the title a couple times. They call us a 5-time UFC champ because we count title defenses as titles themselves. So yeah, that was the most memorable, the most meaningful to me was Andre the second time we fought, won the title the second time.
What are maybe some I guess lessons that you learned from your peers about how you honed your own craft?
I don't know so much as lessons. It's one of the greatest guys and one of the best men that's ever been in my life, Pat Miletich. He always taught me, remember everybody on your way up the ladder because they're the same people you would meet on the way down. And that's true. I mean, as you know, as you're going up, you're meeting all kinds of people, so you want to treat them exactly the same way, no matter if you're famous or you're successful in fighting, because when you go down, and we all go down, you're going to meet them at the same time. And I tried to strive that. And the other thing he would always say to me, Tim, before you speak, I need you to stop and think for 3 seconds and then speak. I'm very blunt, so sometimes people will say something. I think it's because I'm from the East Coast, Maine. You know, us East Coasters, whatever. We're blunt and we're very truthful. So if a gal that I'm dating says, "How's this dress make me look? Do I look a little heavy?" Yeah, don't wear that one. You know, I think about that for 3 seconds. Say, "You look great, babe." So that's one of the funny things that he taught me as well.
So mindfulness and humility, right? Yeah, cool. We'll give our audience a couple chances to ask some questions. You look like you have one. Macho Man.
Let's go.
Well, I don't know if it's so much a question, but I remember watching you versus Frank Mir, and then he got you in the arm bar.
Oh yeah, I have this guy's to prove it. Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome watching you. Still want to fight?
I want to fight Frank today. I like Frank, but I still want to. That's the one I never got back.
I know.
I mean, the Fedor fight was frustrating because I didn't get a chance to perform. But I was just asked last week. I don't even know where I was. I think we're at the BKFCs. They're talking. They keep pressuring me. They want me to have a fight. And I said, if you bring Frank Mir in, we guarantee both not to train. Just walk in off the street and fight each other. Give us like, 3-minute rounds. I'll be willing to do that.
Is that the only way you do that? They're not.
No, that's not the only way. His question was, is that the only way?
Because I'm like, to me it looks like your face would get all scarred up,
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
You don't look scarred up.
I was tall, any of my serious losses were submissions.
Oh, okay.
So I never really got beat up too bad. We are actually in talks with BKFC. My clothing line, Celeb Athletics, we're sponsors of the BKFC fighters. We're going to BKFC events, and we're actually going to be working with BKFC with some of the clothing lines and stuff like that. And they've asked me a couple times, what would it take? I've told them. I only fight for belts, so if they want me to fight Ben Rothwell, I would. He's my boy. I love him. But I have a win over him. It was a knockout, and we trained together, and I always get the better of him, so I really think we're relatively the same age. I think I'm 4 years older. It's a good fight for me. I don't want to fight any 20 or 30-year-olds. I want to fight a guy that's 44 and I'm 40. I'm down with that. But I'm smart too.
Yeah, well, you got old enough to realize. Young guys, there's a difference.
Oh, right? There's a big difference.
Right. There's energy and there's training, as you mentioned too.
Yeah,
right?
I'm too big and old to be doing cardio. That's why I slap fight. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm the current super heavyweight champion of slap fighting right now. I actually defend that title. What's the date? July 18th, next Friday in San Antonio, Texas.
How long have you been slap fighting?
A couple years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I watch UFC all the time, but I really haven't paid attention to slap fighting.
It's what us older guys do if we still think we're tough and we don't have to train for it. I just lift weights. It works out well.
Besides training and fighting, what are some other hobbies that you have? Any other sports you like?
I got a few things. I have a hunting show on the Sportsman channel called His Squad Outdoors with Tim Sylvia. I've been a hunter since I was 12 years old back in Maine. I have a farm down in Keosauqua, about an hour and a half from here down on 218. I got a son that's 14. We do a lot of fun things together. We go to a lot of concerts and stuff like that. He has electric dirt bikes, so we screw around with stuff like that. I have Slep Athletics that I'm working on. I got a roofing company back in the Quad Cities that I do. I wouldn't say I do it full time because I do a lot of other stuff. So kind of got my hands in a little bit of everything. But hunting is probably the most passionate thing I do that I love. Ride motorcycles, Harleys, and stuff like that. We see buddies and stuff. But don't drink. Haven't drank for 25, 30 years. So.
Do you give coaching lessons to younger fighters?
I've done some seminars. I get paid to do some appearances and do some seminars and stuff like that. People say I'm a good coach, but I don't think I'm a good coach. So, and the other thing is, I'm very hard on people, especially it never fails. My son wrestled for 5 years. I was always a coach on the wrestling team. My son played football. I was a coach. And I was hard on him. He's very coachable. That's what's great about him. But it's not something I want to do. No, I just help my son out when I can, and obviously they always help me. They asked me to help back in little town of Eldridge, Iowa there, so I do. But it's just not something that I love.
So wrestling seems to very much be in your blood and in your soul. What are the things you really like about it? What do you miss about doing it? Did you freestyle Greco-Roman?
I did. I'm really a big Greco fan because that's freestyles on the knees and on the mat and stuff like that. I prefer to stand up, just like fighting. But I just like the grind. I like the competitiveness, the workout it gives you. The mental strength it gives you. I mean, I feel there's nothing in the world that a wrestler can't do. You look at some of the most successful people in the world, and you ask them, do they ever wrestle? Most of them have. Even if it was just in grammar school, high school, whatever. What it teaches you, and I told my son, he has a problem. The bullies are just awful nowadays. And I told him, I'm no wrestlers ever get bullied, bro. So, there's that. It's just... like I said, I love the sport. I think it's the best sport on earth.
I wrestled in junior high and high school myself, and so I'm resonating a lot of what you're talking about, particularly when you said you got really, really tall. I was very tall and skinny, right? And at some point in time that became problematic.
Yeah, exactly. That was my problem, being a fighter and being a striker. They're always trying to get in on my legs. So.
Let's get some more questions in the audience.
No, I was a dumb athlete and got in trouble with the IRS, got levied, and I gotta pay a bill, and my bank account's empty. Luckily, I had a lot of assets, and I sold off everything and got reestablished. And just have a Harley. I mean, we have a lot of toys. We got tractors and side-by-sides, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, trucks. But no, my next one's going to be, I'm going to build a LS 70 Camaro SS. I mean, 70 Chevelle. I had the Camaro, so I want a Chevelle now. They're a little bigger, too. I can't really fit in those Camaros much anymore.
But you said you're currently slap fighting still, though, right?
Yeah, I'm the current super heavyweight champion of the world.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is that with the Dana's?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Nice.
Dana's organization is Power Slap. Slap Fighting is the #1 organization right now. They're the biggest one. Dana tried to buy him and they wouldn't buy. They helped him promote his.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of did some things that did some rule changes that didn't really benefit the athletes. Benefited him.
I didn't know there was more.
Yeah, there's two. There's Power Slap and there's Slap Fighting.
Okay, his is called Power Slap.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. So you're Slap Fighting.
Slap Fighting, yeah. It'll be streaming live in front of 34 million people on Friday.
Oh, so this Friday. Mm-hmm.
This Friday.
Friday. So you'll have to.
If you follow me on social media and stuff like that, we'll post the links and stuff.
Well, so what is your social media specifically?
Facebook's Hit Squad Outdoors, Slep Athletics, Tim Sylvia MMA 1 on Instagram, Hit Squad Outdoors, Slep Athletics on all those. We'll be promoting all the slapping stuff this coming week on with or watch the live streams and stuff like that.
What was your hardest slap, and how long did it take to recover from it?
Funny you should say it. My first event, I dropped the guy the first round. He was able to get back up, slapped me, didn't bother me. I slapped him again, it was over. And then my second match was against a guy who I'm currently going against on Friday, Grizzly. He cheated. He stepped and clubbed and dropped me. I jumped back up. I was pissed off and kept going and ended up winning the match because he fouled a couple more times. So I think out of 10 rounds, he hit me 6 or 7 times. I hit him 10. But he rang my bell. So I learned my lesson from that. And if he cheats again, I'm just not going to compete. Like, okay, you lose. Then I met the champion after that and dropped him. And TK on him, so definitely Grizzly. He's the current arm wrestling champion of the world out in California. So I think he's like 5'10" or 6 foot, 400 pounds. But he's strong, he's heavy. So we'll see what happens. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. It's kind of payback for me.
So what's clubbing? I mean, I've seen the slaps, but
Yeah.
I always think it'd be hard to regulate
so
that.
the palm has to be below the chin.
Okay.
He clubbed me. Palm
And
right-
that's
right
I've
in the
seen
head,
that, and
dropped
I'm
me.
like, they don't catch that sometime, and I'm like, they just plain
Yeah.
palm strike.
So that's clubbing and then obviously stepping. You know, my first match, I really struggled with pivoting on my power foot. You can't pivot. If you pivot, that's called a step as well. So your feet have to be side to side and just your hips. No.
How many reps do they have?
They actually have.
Because there's so many.
They have
so
3
far.
right then and there, one on each side of the barrel, and the one currently conducting it, and then they have one watching it on the Teletron inside the studio.
Okay.
So 4, from what I understand, with slap fighting, power slap, I have no idea.
Yeah. But I would think it's so hard to tell the difference if they're.
It can be. That's why we tape the wrist. So that you can see where that palm lands.
Oh, okay.
Having a beard, a big bushy beard helps.
Right.
It takes away the smatness. You know, if you've ever been slapped before, on the bare skin, it smats a little bit.
I see you have a big bushy beard. So.
Exactly. I hate this look. I call it my dirtbag.
Because I remember you didn't have that when I
I
watched
call this my dirtbag biker look. It was so bad. Last week I went to my barber and I'm like, we got to take about an inch and a half. I ride my motorcycle. I had a date, so I get out of the shower, put beard oil on as I'm going to see her. My beard is going up like this. It's all over my sunglasses. I got oil on my. I'm like, nope, it's gotta go. So it's actually kind of tame right now, but yeah, it'll be gone by Saturday.
Good
Is there
protection for the slap.
It helps and it hides the chin a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Is there something that you haven't tried yet? You know, you obviously got a lot of hobbies, different things. Is there something that you really would relish the challenge to do?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I got some boys that do that drag racing for the MBKs, the guys on Street Outlaws. They're trying awful hard to get me into a car, but I don't know if you guys heard or not, but Randy Couture got in one last week and crashed and wrecked and got life flighted. And luckily, he's going to be okay, but I mean, I've driven a lot. I've actually raced mud trucks and ATVs and stuff like that. I don't know if Randy has, but that's a lot. That's a 2,000 horsepower car that's 2,500 pounds going 200 miles an hour. So I don't know if I want something that extreme, but I wouldn't mind doing something a little slower.
As we age, we want to slow down a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, we're a little smarter as we age.
So I think we have time for maybe one more question. Anyone you'd like to fight?
Yeah, I really wanted that Brock Lesnar fight. He came into UFC making a lot of money, more than me, more than anybody else in the UFC. And we found out what he was making, and we're like, this isn't fair. I deserve that contract, so give me a fight with Brock. If I win, I get his contract. If I lose, I'll go back to what I'm making. They're like, no, we're trying to protect him, and that's not a good fight for him. I'm like, no, it's not. So, yeah, that was that. You know, I don't have anything. I like Brock. We became friends. He's a hunter and stuff, but it was only because of the money. He was making $2 or $3 million a fight back when we were only making $250,000. So it was a big deal back then.
Well, Tim, Sylvia, thank you for joining us out here. So at QuadCon, thank you all for coming out to the con, because cons don't happen unless y'all don't show up. So thank you for that. Tim will be back at the table for the rest of the
Yeah,
night.
I got a table where we're selling merchandise. We have new lines coming out currently. What I'm wearing is one of the new ones. The hat's a new one. But all of our old stuff, we're trying to dump it. So we're down to like $10 a shirt, 2 shirts are 15. We got all kinds of hats, sweatshirts, everything. And before we leave, they'll probably be down to $5. So come get it, grab it up, get rid of it for us.
Excellent, excellent. Well, make sure you head on back, ask your questions, and get your merch. Thank you. Please help me thank Tim.